Welcome friends! Today marks the 10th video in this series and the watching public couldn't be happier. What, you don't believe me? How about I provide some testimonials from two definitely not cherry-picked or threatened audience members?
I wholeheartedly endorse this product and or service for the provision of merriment and laughter. Ha ha ha.
The Pixel Asylum has transformed the landscape of retro gaming comedy and provides scintillating entertainment for... I can't read any more of this crap.
Thank you, Stu and Dave, for your kind and completely unprompted comments. There are so many more viewer comments to include. Hang on. Your 10th video is exactly 11 videos too many. 1 second. I have suffered from insomnia for years, but your videos always make me nod off in seconds. Oh, there's gotta be a good one here somewhere. Ha! Your videos aren't entirely intolerable. Oh, thank you very much. However, the lavish party I had planned for this momentous event has been cancelled, mainly because I played this thing. This thing nearly broke me. Today's game for the torture rack is Rolling Thunder, a side-scrolling James Bond 'em up released into arcades in 1986 that carries the generous accolade of causing the North American video game crash of 1983, mainly because they could see the dark path the industry was heading towards. One thing I can't accuse this game of lacking is a story. It's a complete mess of a story, but there's plenty of it. However, this is like saying that a nappy with 2 turds in it is superior to a nappy with a single turd and a wet fart in it. In fact, Mr. Johnny Generic at Namco sat down with his Poundland Thesaurus and proceeded to pump out a plot that ended up being more of a task to sufficiently spoil an otherwise perfectly usable piece of paper. Roll up and get your proper noun salad here. Here we have our absolutely not James Bond figure, Mr. Albatross, out on a quest to save the kidnapped operative Layla Blitz, who went to a mission for the World Crime Police Organisation not only completely unarmed, but dressed in nothing more than a flimsy white rag. You are to rescue this particularly stupid operative from the Geldra, headed by a leader called Maboo. You are to battle your way through the setting of New York against the resistance of Gelzos, Maskers, Blogus, Panthers and Lava Men. This isn't so much of a plot but more like a landslide of slurry. Also, please make a note of our New York setting, as this may be violently critiqued later. Onto the controls, and things are mostly simple here. This button is for the bang bangs, and the joystick does its part pretty much okay. However, you are also provided with a jump button dug up from the bowels of Hades. Calling this button contextual is the biggest act of charity you'll ever witness, as getting this Bond photocopy to jump is as graceful as falling off a cliff and faceplanting every rock on the way down. Is there a handrail on the level you intend to jump up to, or down from? If not, then it's a snail's pace trip down the stairs in a calm fashion for you, boyo! This risk aversion is completely justified when the whole game depends on you making anything living, not living at all costs. Here we are at Story 1, Stage 1, wherever that means. And we get to test out Albatross's wide array of classified takedown moves that are, in their entirety, shoot with normal gun, and shoot with faster normal gun. If you're lucky enough to run out of bullets, and you selfishly decide to continue to fight rather than throwing your violent idiot to his death, you'll get a weapon that farts out a slow-moving pebble or rolled up piece of paper every 2 to 3 seconds. Other than this, he is absolutely defenceless and begging to be euthanized. Well, at least you have a health bar, said the astute onlooker, not realising this is a big fat wet tissue of lies, mistruth, dishonesty and deceit. You can survive one brush against an enemy and that's it. If you get shot by anyone, anywhere, and by anything, bye bye Albatross. Oh, what a magnificent sound that is. The game's noise making is excellent, and the sound Albatross makes when he gets murdered is exquisite and well worth an extra credit. This does lose its lustre after you've heard it for the 1000th time in 5 minutes. Honestly, you'll need a Gatling gun full of 10 pence pieces pressed against the coin slot to have any chance of seeing the end of this farce. After all, we only get 3 mans per credit. Well, Stage 1 was easy enough. Stage 2 is much the same, but with the exciting addition of boxes and a cold harsh introduction to Albatross and his cack-handed human propulsion system, as you get to witness how a single platform jump can unravel your sanity. Following this, we get rewarded with a scene of seeing Layla Blitz being tortured in a different way. Classy stuff. Stage 3 begins, and the game's enthusiastic bedwetting starts with a trip to New York's famous jungle. Well, at least it's not lava this time. Who would have thought that a secret society like the Geldra would have a recruitment drive that includes the use of trained panthers and goblin things? Blogus. Really? Oh, stupid. Here is Stage 4, and it is remarkably similar to the last stage, except now we have selectively murderous bats, okay, Gelzos, to fill full of holes. Well, the game hasn't got too stupid really, and you just have to give these things a chance and you'll see... Oh, damn me to the bowels of bloody hell! Now we have New York's famous lava pits, magma, and accompanying lava meant to spoil our broken-legged arse biscuit of a protagonist day. Well, a billionty credits later, and thank Christ for that, it's done. I'll never have to do it again, ever. Fantastic. Yes! Onwards to the final stage, and at last, it's looking more like a secret society's nerve centre. Somebody must have sacked that fool that shat out stages 3 and 4, thankfully. Oh, so many enemies, it's so stressful. Oh, wait. I recognise that centre console from the clips after the previous stages. Oh, the end's in sight. It stopped scrolling as well. Oh, after all that effort, it's... Congratulations, story 1 complete. No. What are you doing? Explain yourself, game. Oh my... Oh, magnificent. Our reward for enduring 5 stages of pain, misery, blight, spite, hate, evil, torture, abuse, torment, punishment and persecution is to get laughed at by the leader Maboo, witness 4 more Layla-based torture scenes, and then we have to trudge through even harder versions of all 5 stages again. Second story my arse. Well, it's time to settle in and get this mess done. Again. Oh, I'll see you all soon. Well, I finally made it to stage 10, and the centre console is here again. I wonder what's next. Oh, a sloppily tacked on church setting, and Layla being hung up like wet washing, and is accompanied by the secret society's leader, Maboo. You remember him, don't you? It's that green thing that laughed at you the first time around. I know, they just look so alike, don't they? We're going to need all of our tenacity, training and years of experience to defeat this long-awaited foe. Never mind, you just need to shoot him in the face 50 times. It's finally over! The mission is complete, and we're graced with a jaunty little theme and the sight of Layla and Albatross reunited at last. Something he looks so clearly overjoyed about. After all that game-playing torture that saw my fingers worn down to the knuckle, we can be grateful that the Geldra have already started to recruit more members during the ending scene and are amassing more power for a potential sequel. I can't see that happening. As we allow Albatross to scowl his way into the sunset, with Layla cheerfully skipping along behind him, we can now consider the miserable debriefing they'll receive from the World Crime Police Organisation as I deliver my final verdict. This game is an act of collective torture, misery and pain for all involved that teaches you nothing and expects everything in return. Twice! The only thing missing from this experience was a shark pool you could use to both throw Albatross and the game itself into. Although this game is pretty to look at and nice to listen to, what lies underneath is an incalculable evil. My final rating is a silk sheet draped over Sloth from the Goonies and a Bond-style car chase scene, on foot and without a weapon out of 10. Thank you to all of you that have watched my lunacy over the last 10 videos, and a further special thank you to Stu the Adventure Brummy and Dave from Rose Tinted Spectrum for allowing me to potentially ruin their YouTube careers by including them in this video. The links to their great retro gaming channels are in the comment section. Until next time, goodbye friends.